Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. What I do for you. It's wee hours in the morning, just like I like it. That's how I do my thing for you. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Excuse me, message and story for life. I'm giving life lessons. I'm going off the soapbox and get back to doing what I do, enlightening you with knowledge that you can use, not a whole bunch of rhetoric that just expressing how I think and feel about a situation. So I'm back teaching. Let's go. The teacher's back on his job. So, right thinking, mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, even though I'm in ranting mode, or I call it the soapbox. Right thinking's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, and I'm on it, is that all right thinkers know thyself. Right thinkers, your goal should be to know thyself. See where I'm going with this? So let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical to answer, but if you don't have it for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and thinks that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. Oh, I can wake them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and always to my yacht be true. Right thinkers. I'm back on teaching grind. Get rid of that nonsense. I had to just throw my hat in the ring for a minute, let you know how I felt about that situation. That's all. So now we back. Let's go. Self reflection. Right? Think. Let's talk about self reflections. Is the only way to know thyself. When Christ Jesus told you, "I am the way." Yeah, he had to go through what he went through, and he's telling you this is the way to do it. I'm just trying to say this is a way, not the only way. But if you want to know thyself, you need to reflect and get into yourself. Let's talk about that's my wheelhouse. Okay. First of all, let me get a quick quote. If nothing else, you should know you more than you should know about you more than anything or anybody else. I'm just saying, that's just my quote. Okay, moving on. Now, okay, we are in my playground, so to speak, when we're talking self reflecting. I self reflect with daily. At the end of every day, I do a little rundown. Everybody has the program, or they should have a routine that they follow. That's part of mine. Meditation, self reflecting, that's all internal. That's all in here. If I don't know nothing else, I know me. Can you say that? When you're able to say that, that's self mastery. That's nihas. That's Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, nirvana, all that good stuff. But the thing that you need to do to make that happen, once you do that, you can call it whatever you want. Okay, in the words of my man Thyself, you can call it dog crap if you want. Just don't call it blue magic. Why? Because that ain't what it is. Once you tamper with it, so knowing thyself is you knowing you better than anybody else. No tampering. Okay, no outside influence telling you this and be that. Not for yourself. Put in your own word. I do. If you meditate daily, okay, you are what? Self-reflecting. Why? Because you're communing with your higher self. We live in the lower nature until we what? Become conscious and start bettering ourselves and doing and acting better than a dog or a beast of the fields. Remember the Sphinx? It's the animal, the beastly nature rising to man's consciousness. That's what knowing thyself is all about. They were the first originators of that concept. And that's what the hieroglyphs mean. That's what the whole Sphinx means. Man, know thyself. Moving on. I don't know about anyone but myself. I am my biggest critic and I am my biggest fan. If you ain't for you, be it good or bad, you got problems. I am my all. My everything starts and ends with me. Alpha and Omega. Everybody has the same power that God has. We made it His image. You just got to become conscious. My job is to wake you up and help you become conscious of what? Yourself. Hence, know thyself. To know thyself, you don't and you can't what? Go outside yourself to find yourself or to know yourself. What that mean? On the side here. Everybody who got any spiritual understanding and knowledge of self know that it's all inside. That's what I've been trying to tell you. If you got outside influences, that's gonna help you information wise, but it don't help you betterment wise. You got to do that. I can lead you to the water. I can make you drink. That's your option. All my teachings are based on the self and learning and living by what? Your to be your best self. I'm practicing for greatness to be my best self every day. I put my best foot forward. I give my best effort all day. And at the end of the day, I look back on it. Okay. We be ready to do it again tomorrow. Simple. You give thyself to God. And when you do that today, you prepare what? And do it again tomorrow. You got to do it when? Daily. Okay? When you self-check, aka reflect, you see what your own flaws is. We can't handle critical, constructive criticism. If you don't like to be constructively criticized, then you should check yourself. That's what that's about. Okay? If you see what everybody else is doing, how they this, why he ain't that, you look at yourself. We all have glass houses. Why? We all can see what you're doing too. Simple as that. Just like you can see what they doing, they can see what you do. You see it that way? Start thinking about it. That's right thinking gives you that option. Because my third eye is open after 30 years of practicing, I know my spiritual self, aka my godly self. The physical self, that's my name, my age, where I was born. Yeah, everybody knows that. We all that's a gimme. You got that. But do you know the real you? Do you know the inner you, the higher, the best you? If you ain't in search of that, you in search of God. Not out in the world, but inside you. I gave one of my students a good lesson. I hope she got to understand it. Why? If you chasing God outside yourself, you ain't never gonna find him. So God, yeah, ding, 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 yeah, yeah, right here between the temples that not made with human hands. That means he's in your head. He's mental, first of all. He's in your heart because you're the spirit. So you got the heart and mind coherence. You'll get to know who you really are. Put some work in. The third eye, the pineal gland, is the connection that I've been telling you about for the last 10 years to God, aka your higher self. That little pea gland, and our ancients knew that. Everybody knew that. The Vatican got a pine cone in the middle of the damn Vatican Square. They know that. It's on the staff that they carry. And everybody carries a staff. That's royalty. That's okay, we understand it, but again, it goes back to our ancient ancestors' concept. They had a staff in one hand and the ankh in the other. I keep a pen in one hand and a book in the other. So this is what I do. I put information, I get it, I put it down and share it. That's it. So I'm good with what I do. Understanding. That's all I do. I ain't looking for nothing other than what just information. I'm in the information era. I give information. This is my platform I give it from. That's it. Where we at? Moving on. But this third eye, I've been trying to get my right thing because once you open the third eye, you got a connection to God. And there's only a few ways that you can open your third eye. I hear people say, oh, third eye activation, half hour. I put 30 years in. You can tell me you can do that in a half hour. It don't work that way. I can tell you that much. But they call it spiritual enlightenment, nihas, knowledge and mastery of self. Why? Because once you tap into that, everything opens up. And I remember when I got enlightened, it felt like fireworks are going off in my head, just psh, psh. And after having that experience, every time I see the crown chakra, it exemplifies that. So I'm right on point. I said, I don't know nothing about that, but I don't know what I experienced. And that's just what it felt like. That's what it was. Just stuff just going on. I'm freaking out. Why? Nobody prepared me for that. I'm trying to prepare you for that because it's going to happen. If you do a certain thing, that's going to happen. And a lot of people don't know how to handle it because why? They don't know what's going on. But if you're living and doing the things that made that happen, you're pretty much comfortable. You just know some stuff is going on. Some stuff is firing off where inside you from the work that you're doing in the outside. So that's how it works. They knew that. Indians know the Kundalini concept means they have to what? Live a certain way. They're peaceful people. Just saying. They are not religious, they're spiritual. Why? They do it with knowledge. They practice what they learn. That's what I'm trying to get us to understand. We as Westerners, we don't do nothing but they want the end result. We don't want to put the work in. You want to lose weight? Give me a pill. Why? I ain't got time to work it out. I ain't got time. No. When I was obese, I was at a point in time about 5-6 years ago. I took it upon myself to change that. So I joined the gym. I go to the gym every day. Have been for the last 5 years. So if you want to put the work in, you get the results. Simple. Nothing feels better than people say, man, you look good. That's why you put the work in. They will notice. All that, what you want everybody to see it. No, they will see it. If it's there, they'll see it. The light will shine. Simple. It shines from the inside out. Moving in. Now, if you don't look where inside yourself, that's what light is. That means your third eye opening. Knowing thyself is what will be impossible if you don't self-reflect. If you don't practice meditation, you're never gonna open your third eye. It's impossible. Why? You're not doing the things that make it happen. Simple. If you believe in God, and that's almost a gimme. Why? Because most of us, I believe, but until you know him, and if you believe in that God that's outside of you, you know what happened? You've been led astray. You've been bamboozled. You've been hooked. Why? If you believe his God is up in heaven, you wrong. And whoever told you that, either they wrong or they steer you the wrong way intentionally. Either way, it's still wrong. I ask AI, can you get blessed worshiping a false God? According to AI, that's intellect. Okay, when I talk to the AI, I know it's just intellect. It ain't smarter than me. It just has intelligence. So we go back and forth. So I wanted to get this because remember, it ain't emotional. It don't get caught up in feelings. So it just goes straight out. Yeah, why? Because and it makes sense. If you put in good deeds, even a bad person can do good things and earn blessings. Yeah, I get that. I got the concept. So again, you could be bad and still do a few good things. And this is what keeps them going. Them crooked ministers, they're doing some good work in there, but they're doing the other stuff too. But they're getting rewarded for the good work. But guess what? They're still going to have to see karma for the bad. That's between them and karma. But that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Don't think that you can do stuff in front of people and hide stuff and think you're going to get blessed. So moving on. Those are guys who still in the name of the Lord. But they get theirs on the backside. Trust me. Where we at now? They call it spiritual night. Okay, then that. But okay, self is the common denominator in all your life situation. I hear the Christians say, oh, Christ will never leave you. If Christ is spirit from God, he right about that. But I don't know how y'all view that. I don't know what y'all take on that. But I know the spirit ain't going nowhere until what? The body cease to use the spirit that's in it. By dying, exorcism, whatever. But the spirit realized, I'm out. Why? Ain't nothing going on here. It makes the exit. And if your spirit haven't become conscious of itself, it's got to go get another body. Why? It don't know itself. See the concept? I try to make it simple. It ain't just a phrase, a slogan that sound good. No, it has some stability to it, some understanding. If you know you protect yourself from a whole lot of things that could harm you. Why? If you don't know you, somebody can tell you about you. Remember that concept? So this is all about knowing, meaning you should know you better than anybody else. Moving on. Nobody should be able to tell you about you, but you should be able to tell them about you. If it's the other way around, it's not good. In life, the one thing that won't change again or leave you, the spirit. Sorry, but it ain't going away until what? Until it's time to go. when you're no longer using him, he's out. But if you have made it conscious, if you reach the level of knowing thyself, enlightenment, nihas, once the body dies, the spirit rejoices. Why? It's going home. Don't you feel good when you going somewhere you want to go? Spirit wants to go back home. It just don't have no pull, no say so until it connects to a consciousness of a human being, that body that is in. So that's the concept. I understand it. I try to break it down so maybe you can too. Whatever views you have about that, you got. But I'm just giving you one that I know and understand works. Moving on. If Jesus physically died, he ain't God. Got the spirit on him. Yeah, that's cool. He was conscious of God. Oh, that's fine. But he don't become God. And if you're going to make him God, we all got to be God. We just don't know it. I've been telling you that for the longest. So that argument goes right back to what I'm trying to explain to you. What you are, who you are, you got to become conscious of that. You are who you are, whether you know it or not. So that's part that won't change. That's the spirit. You got life. That's God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift to him. And guess what? You bringing the spirit back home is your gift. I just came up with that concept. Yeah. In order for you to give back the gift, you got to become conscious. Now you've done your job here in the flesh. You go back to the Father. Christ knew that. That's what he tried to tell y'all. And y'all can do better. Why? We are human. We have the power of limitation on here on earth, the physical realm, to do good works, help other people. I just do it every day. I don't got to do this. Ain't nobody paying me for this. Oh, you ain't get paid. Man, you crazy. Okay, call me what you want. But that's what I do for you. Moving on. Where we at now? Okay. Whoa. Christ, okay, did that. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, Jesus. If you are in the flesh is going to run out. So the spirit that's in you is God. So we all God in the flesh. That's always been a concept that we understood. So I'm not beef. Oh, I'm becoming God. No, you got to earn that. Okay, put the work in. I gave you a lesson about my man, Imhotep. All right. When God gave you talent and skill, and you utilize them to your best ability, that's your gift back to God. He loves that. So he welcomed you what? Back home. After you do your stuff here, come on back. All right. You are God again, aka like Jesus in the flesh, the Christ. You're anointed when what? You obtain the knowledge that you need to know thyself. Come Christ conscious. Real simple. Christ is what he represented. Being what? Christ conscious. Christ wasn't his last name. He was the Christ, okay? Meaning he was anointed with what? Knowledge of self. He went off. Nobody know what he did. He went and got knowledge. How about that? Hey, well, other people say the same thing. St. Thomas said, no, I educated him. Well, no, we took him over and gave him knowledge. And what proved back then, 2,000 years ago, he who makes a movement for the people will be what? Taken out. I call it the red dot now. Where they got the infrared dot going. They're not going to let the movement take away what they got going. Understand that. And that means only a people can make that difference. Why they can't red dot everybody. If I start a movement, to stop the movement, take me out. The movement's done. Moving on. We've seen that happen time and time again. That's why we had no black leaders making the movement. Why? I don't want that job. Michelle Obama, we want you to change the world. Nah, yeah. I want to live. I got kids to raise. I want to be a mother. See, so get the concept. Them guys don't play fair. Understand that? I do. Now, if you one of them people who lay blame for what's happening in their life on others, you just wrong. Okay, that's just wrong. That's not self-reflecting. You passing the buck. That's just, again, wrong. Right thinkers. I try to take you to understand, to teach you to understand. Take full responsibility for what? Your actions, be they good or bad. Why? You got to be responsible anyway. So if you do a bad act, you got to pay for that. Just like when you do a good act, you want to be rewarded for that. It don't change. Understand that. So the choice is yours. My man said you can do it the easy way or you can do it the hard way. If you blame your life, faults, and flaws and failures on other people, yep, You just wrong. And you're weak-minded and you're immature. Your self-esteem is low. You have a whole lot of self-issues because what? You didn't self-reflect. So you'll never get to know thyself. Why? You're going to keep putting the blame on somebody else instead of being responsible. That makes you better. What don't kill you makes you stronger. That's what my mother said. I believed it, and guess what? She was right. Moving on. I have never took full. Okay. I have never took full responsibility for my life's action. Every time, whatever I did, I had to suffer through the consequences. I ain't got a problem with that. But what it did was prepare me for now. I'm better equipped to what? Make better decisions. Because what? I know the consequences of my actions a whole lot better now. That's why. If you're getting older and you're not getting wiser to the ways of the world, ain't no fool like an old fool. If you old and still don't have knowledge of self and knowledge about life, you are a fool. It's okay to be young and dumb. That's because they have experience. But if you don't want to experience, you are a fool. So don't be a fool. Moving on. Let me wrap it up. I see the clock ticking. All right, who are we at now? Now, okay. Now, if your life is full of its, well, if I would have done this, I could have done that when I should have done that. If you live in that if I woulda, coulda, shoulda lifestyle, you will never get to know thyself again. Those are all the negative things that's keeping you from advancing, keeping you from becoming conscious of yourself, and keeping you from being your best self. Okay? If you worry about what people say about you, how people think about you, you will never be your best self. If you think I care, I'm taking a page out of my man Dion's book. Do I look like the kind of guy who care about what you think or feel about me or say about me? Get a good look. Why? Because I don't. Can you say that? I really don't care what people think, say, or feel about me. Why? What difference that made to me? Not a bit. What you eat don't make me fat. Moving on. And you can't know thyself blaming everyone else for what your ignorant ass actions. Own it. Own it. Own it. You'd be better for it. Keep avoiding. Ouroboros, chase your tail. You're going nowhere. You're on the treadmill, going fast and going nowhere. Just run out of gas. Why? Just wasting energy. That's all that it is. It's like crying about nothing. Wasted water is all that is. So it don't make no flowers grow. Why? You know the deal. Let's go. Now, last one. I appreciate you tuning in. This is a lesson for a few people. I means self. Self means me. Master them, and guess what? You will know thyself. I just came up with that idea. So let me break it down for you right quick. If you focus on you and what you do or need to do or don't need to do, that's right thing of philosophy. Why? Because that's all you can do. All you can do is for you. And when you get you where you need to be, then you can help others. Don't go try to do something for somebody you ain't doing for yourself. I have been accused of being cold-hearted, selfish, self-centered, egotistical, emotionless, unchanging, unforgiving. No. And guess what? Yes. And I'm good with being called or seen all those ways. Why? Don't make a difference to me. I show you what you need to see when you need to see it. How you feel about that? That's on you. Deal with it. I do, because that's what it is. Simple as that. When you obtain self-mastery, you're your concern about people is fruitless. Why? If your concern about other people's feelings is no concern. Why? What you think and feel only works for you. Understand that. When I say I don't care about your feelings, I'm not being disrespectful. I don't care. Why? That's just your feelings only mean something to you. I don't come here to tell you how I feel. I don't come here to tell you what I think or what I believe. I'm going to tell you what I know. I'm giving you my life experiences. Hello, that's the point. That's the difference. Understand. Last one. Nope, almost. I know me. So that's what I talk about. I talk about me, but I can talk about experiences I had with other people and use them as examples like I do to make a point. That's it. Not to belittle or disrespect somebody, just to use it as an example to make a point. Feel, feel honored, okay? I know thyself. You only can know what you can what live and experience. What somebody tell you, what you read in the book, don't help you much, but what you experience, what you live, does a whole lot. So that's my point. Okay, moving on. Oh man, wow, sorry about that. Let me get this thing over. If you spend the time to find, learn, and live what? The truth, you will what? Know thyself too. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. That's my mission. That's what I'm on. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinker like you passed away. Ciao.